It's Donald J. Trump, the 45th, 47th President of the United States of America. This is the state seal, and the state seal with the Secretary of State, Steve Hobbs, business license renewal. This is McKen Law Firm at 509-704 East Olive Avenue, Moses Lake, Wash 98837. The 509-765-1619 is the COVID authorization of President's prime election. Executive order, former 45th, 47th President of the United States of America. The presidential primary election, their service and policy, and the corruption of the COVID authorization. As you see, the broken window, the accessories, Mr. John McKinnon, Carla McKinnon, Virginia McKinnon at Washington Bar Association 132954. We carry executive order, the FedEx UPS confirmation signature verification with, of course, and video URL at a Social Security office in Klamath, Cincinnati, taking Ivanka Trump to the Social Security office in Kennewick, Washington on Natural Propane Company, Natural Cascade, and also the Social Security office at 8131 Klamath, Cincinnati, on video URL, and also the federal courthouse at 825 Jadwin, Richmond, Washington, 99352. That's Eric I. Singer, former prosecutor, for Andy Miller's replacement, Washington State Prosecutor in Benton County Justice Department, where we get the EFT transaction, direct deposit EFT transaction, Mr. Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States, and 47th President of the United States of America, carrying the executive order of personal authorization of dedication. And Mr. Ivanka Trump, Melania, we got pictures and photographs of the direct EFT transaction deposits, before and after pictures. Policy regulation, as you can see, is authorization at 704 East Olive, Moses Lake, Washington. That's 509-765-4451, fax 509-765-6019. Washington Bar Association 13294, and also Secretary of State Steve Hobbs, Kim Wayman, Teresa, no, that's Department of License Department, and that's Teresa Bringston, and also the Service and Policy Regulation of Marcus J. Glassberg, Department of Licensing, and Governor J. Inslee. Now, President's primary election and our services and policy regulations at 704 East Olive, Moses Lake, Washington. Norman J. Manis, the former General of the Marine Corps, and the policy regulation and services regulations of authorizing 45th President, and also the 47th President of the United States, Norman J. Manis. Department of Defense, Mr. Norman J. Manis, and also the policy regulator Steve Hobbs, Kim Wayman, Secretary of State. You know, Steve Hobbs and Kim Wayman, United States Army, policy regulation and service authorization at the Washington Air Force Base in Moses Lake, Washington, and also the International Larson Air Force Base, and the business renewals and business license permits for a rocket and rocket launcher, or not rocket launcher placement, base concrete spray, a hangar, all those increments of the 45th Executive President of the United States of America, United States Army Base, the Washington State Army sign, the brand new Army sign, the brand new rocket placement, curve, hangar, all those permits at International Airport in Moses Lake, Washington, the Army base in Moses Lake, Washington. You can't miss it. It's URL Executive 47th President of the United States of America, carrying the Washington Farm Bill 401314, 1400 SME, Amir Singh Nair, Samaran 5. Now, you got Canvas, you got Melania's direct biological mother, you got Donald Trump's his wife, biological children, Eric Jr., Donald Trump Jr., and also Eric Trump, and Tiffany Trump, and Ivanka Trump, and then also the biological family members in the service in the executive order for the assassination plot of July 13th, 2024. The purchase of the DeWalt and hardcore policy regulation, the direct EFT transaction, Social Security office, and the direct deposit. Now, John McKinnon carries the executive order policy regulation at a law firm in Moses Lake, Washington, 509-765-4451. 4451. Fax 509-765-6019. The Washington Bar Association is 13294. The direct UR video confirmation signature verification at a law firm, a McCann law firm, with Norman J. Manis and that policy regulation in the service of the 45th and 47th President of the United States election, authorizing that affirmative action in service of Mr. Mark Miley, Mr. Don't forget, Brown, General of Air Force. Because we got Lloyd Austin in policy regulation, Mr. Mark Miley, and Department of Defense, and we got Mr. Mark Miley, we got Mr. Manis, and Mr. Lloyd Austin. That partake in confirmation at 509-765-4451, fax 509-765-6019. And also this business license renewal is effective for Mr. John Luke McKinnon. Now, the service that hereby we're standing on 45th and 47th presidential election, the corruption they dealt with, and we got Lloyd Austin to carry that implemented services and making confirmation signature verification and closing statements in service at the Pentagon. Mr. Mark Miley, Norman J. Manis, Mr. Brown. Now, the General of the Air Force and the policy regulation and pulling out of Afghanistan, we have Lloyd Austin. We got a brand new Army base, Army sign, policy Larson Air Force Base, a hangar, and a jet propels and stabilizers, and a hangar. Implements that service of authorization of a liquid war deterrent. Now that service from Mr. Lloyd Austin carrying that Mr. Brown, United States Air Force, carrying that executive order, 45th President's Department election off the 3 Supreme Justice Department, and Mary Anna Barry Trump, Donald Trump's sister, she's a Supreme Justice, she's active in service, federal judge, and that policy regulation and the increase of the law firm of policy regulation 509-765-4451, John Luke, Carla, and Virginia McKinnon. Now, the policy regulation authorizing personal or income of society, carrying personal policy regulation authorization and income of society and bringing testimony and any array of service with any kind of stipulations or array of service or malnutrition. Ivanka Trump taking her to a Social Security office and a federal courthouse in Richland with my birth certificate, purchased credit cards, transactions, direct deposit, and the Social Security office, the National Public Company, and Bob Ferguson, Attorney General office. And this is 3 judges, 3 commissioners at Frederick Courthouse and Benton County Justice Department. The brand new building, Benton County Election Building, COVID authorization, President Primary Election, 45th, 47th. Mr. Lloyd Austin himself, of course, the policy regulation, Mr. Brown, United States Air Force. And these ordained policy regulations to serve at 45th President Primary Election, brand new building, and the Grant County Courthouse. Proxy, rebuilt, policy regulations, staircase, broken window, Grant County has to replace some policy regulating authorization, that executive order. Now, the 45th, now 47th President, not executive order. Now, reauthorizing that service and policy at McCann Law Firm, 509-765-4451, fax 509-765-1619. I'm making manuscripts and building